I believe, and my personal experience has been, that learning to love to give blowjobs can actually unlock within us our own sense of power and really help us connect to our own authentic desires. Let me explain. Our sexuality is at the core of who we are as human beings. It's also where we hold much of our shame. So for those of us who are interested in self-development and growth, healing and connecting to the parts of us that feel shameful can really help us to unlock an inner confidence and really connect to our authentic self. The thing around blowjobs is due to conditioning, whether that be media, friends, religious conditioning. A lot of people feel, and women especially, feel a lot of discomfort around giving blowjobs. The conditioning around the act itself and also connecting to another human's genitals. We have so much shame around our own genitals and also other people's. So if we can really learn to heal that shame and work through it, what that does is it enables to connect to a part of ourselves that has a lot of confidence. Because what shame does is it tends to keep us acting small and in our shells. So if we have this programming underneath the surface around our sexuality and specifically blowjobs, then what we're basically doing is we're disconnecting from a part of ourselves and trying to hide that. By reconnecting and really allowing ourselves to experience the shame, what we're actually doing is we're unlocking a confidence. And that confidence is at the very basis of who we are, because our sexuality as human beings is also at the very basis of who we are. Connecting to our power and really allowing ourselves to heal that part of ourselves not only affects how confident we feel in the bedroom, but it can affect our confidence in our own bodies, in our sexuality, in interacting with other people's bodies, and how we speak to and relate to even friends and family. Healing our sexuality also means that what we're doing is we're no longer allowing ourselves to be suppressed by a patriarchal system. And what I mean by that is when we experience shame, what we do is we tend to go inwards, and what we can end up doing is projecting it outwards. So the shame that we feel around our own sexuality that we have almost been taught and conditioned to have, what we do is then we project it out towards the other women around us. So the women who are more sexually free, more sexually expressive, we project the shame that we feel about ourselves onto those women. And those projections are called shadow parts. And the reason this is important to be aware of, the Romans had this saying, divide et impera, which basically means to divide and conquer. So if as women we are looking to shame each other and we are competing and we are pitting ourselves against each other and putting each other down, the system that's actually controlling us is able to control us better. So healing our sexuality, letting go of our shame, means that we're no longer having those projections on other women and their sexuality. And it brings us into a greater way of collaborating and greater way of being and communing together as women. What I want to make clear is that patriarchy doesn't necessarily mean men. It's the system that we're all under, and it's our responsibility as women to heal our shame so we're not projecting it at other women. But it's also important to be aware that men have also suffered under the patriarchal system. And the reason that I have invited men to come and talk to us about their own masculinity, their own sexuality, their relationship to their body, their relationship to their genitals, is my hope is that you can understand as women that men want exactly the same things that we do. It's just the conditioning that's actually created this division and this way of sort of pitting ourselves against each other and not having that cooperation and collaboration that we should be having with men. So my hope is that going through this course that you will have a lot more empathy for a man and a man's experience too. The vulnerable shares from the men will mean that you will have access to the feelings and emotions that very likely your current partner or previous partners have experienced about themselves and their own relationship to themselves and the world. Unfortunately, not all men are aware of their own behaviour and how they feel about themselves and can project that outwards. And some that are aware might not feel comfortable or able to speak about it. So hopefully the men speaking on the course will enable you to get a really good idea of the variety and nuances around male sexuality and their relationship to themselves and their own masculinity. This course is also designed to change your perception and your relationship to pleasure and to sex. Most of us go through life with the same sort of programming when it comes to approaching sex, which tends to be foreplay, intercourse, ejaculation, and then the end. What this course does is it gives you the opportunity to understand how interacting with another human's body can actually bring us great pleasure and joy. And it's not necessarily from seeing their pleasure, it's actually touching another human, how you can access your own pleasure from how you want to explore the other human being, the play and the curiosity, and what that can actually do for intimacy and connection with your partner, how that can completely change the way that you approach sex, the way that you approach intimacy. This course is created for you to learn more about yourself, learn more about your body, learn more about your partner's body, learn more about your relationship to your own sexuality, your own relationship to what sex and pleasure means for you. And it's to give you a confidence in your own sexuality and also in asking for what you want in the bedroom as well. This course is designed for you to connect to your true desires. So before all of the conditioning and all of the messages that you received about who you should be and how you should be behaving. This course is designed for you to really connect to your authentic sexual expression, to unlock the confidence that you actually already have within you, that you can take through in every area of your life, whether that be in relationships, in the bedroom, or even your career.